Ontario's mining sector is a global leader, and Agnico Eagle is proud to be at its heart. As Canada's largest gold producer, we operate world-class mines like Detour Lake and Macassa, creating thousands of jobs and driving billions in economic activity. But our impact goes beyond production. We foster a culture of the heart, investing in communities, supporting social development, and partnering with Indigenous groups to build lasting relationships and shared prosperity. We're shaping a future where Ontario remains a powerhouse in responsible resource development, strengthening the economy and enriching lives for generations to come.
Aztec Safety is #1 for online safety training.
Aztec Safety is the proud sponsor of the Aztec Safety Challenge, the #1 event on the World Curling Tour.
And Aztec Safety has been a proud sponsor of Team Jacobs on our quest to represent Canada at the Olympic Games.
Come on into Montana's, where there's a deal every day. Why not try half-price wings Mondays, $5 tacos Tuesdays, all-you-can-eat ribs Wednesdays, $25.99 platters Thursdays, and drink deals every day. Only at Montana's, Canada's home for barbecue.
Yes, and that's the way I hear it.
So, good afternoon and welcome to the 2026 Northern Ontario Men's Curling Provincials. We're in North Bay, Ontario. My name's Jim Nixon. I'm here with Terry Corbin to bring you the A qualifier here, final, for the first spot in the playoffs. And Terry, I think what we'll find out today is if anybody is going to be able to give John Epping a run during this event.
Exactly. I mean, they are definitely the favorite, and they've played like the favorite.
Yeah, they have. They've outscored the opposition so far 26-5 in 3 games. So I expect to have a much tougher battle here tonight. We've got Trevor Bonot, and I've seen Trevor before. A couple of years ago, I think he represented in the Brier, and he's been around. Yeah. So I think this will be a much tougher task for John Epping and the boys.
Yeah, Trevor's played some Canadian mixed championships, and yeah, right. I think he's represented Northern Ontario in the past. Good player. Had an opportunity to play him way back when, but we won't get into that. He's got Mike McCarville playing third, Jordan Potts playing second, and if any of those names sound familiar, I mean they very well should.
Yeah, probably. I mean, obviously, Mike McCarville was Krista Scharf's spouse, and I don't know Potts. I assume possibly related to Sarah Potts on the on that same team. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, so a couple familiar names, and I'm looking forward to a good one here. So we're early on. We've got, looks like Epping has hammer here in the first end.
Yep.
Throwing the Redstones. This is when it really comes down to crunch time now. Teams are going to have to start stepping up, and there'll be a lot of games coming up here over the next couple of days.
Yes.
It does. I tried to figure out exactly what happens with the loser of this game. It looks like they probably dropped to the final in the second division, the B division. But anyway, we can talk a little more about that later. I thought it would probably be like a double bracket thing, but they drop down and keep playing. But I'm not sure if that's the way it goes. So we got Tanner Horgan, second stone for John Epping. Well, I might be wrong, actually. I might actually have Ian McMillan. That's just his second shot here in the first end. I got a little ahead of myself. Well, already wishing the game away. I know. Thinking, well, it's going to be 2.5 hours. We're going to shorten it a little bit. Yeah.
Tim, just an update on the format. It is triple knockout.
Yep.
And A, B, C winners, but no, the winners don't drop like down east. So
Okay. Yeah.
winner goes straight to the final here in this game.
Oh,
and
okay.
then the loser here drops to the B qualifier. Winner of the B qualifier and C qualifier play in Sunday's semifinal.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, I was just going to mention that only because I looked there how the format runs.
Yeah, it's interesting. We just got an update on how this is going to go. So the winner of this game is going to go directly to the final. Loser drops down to B, and obviously we'll play in B, and hopefully they'll win B. But if they don't, they'll drop to C eventually and have one last chance. So the winner of this goes to the final. Everybody else plays for the next 2 spots. So the winner's going to have some time off. Like, they're not going to play very much over the next 48 hours until they get to the final. But anyway, so that's more or less how it's going to go. So we'll see how this one turns out. John Epping going to open things up a little bit. Doesn't like the way this is happened here early in the first end.
Yeah, that's what makes this such a big game is
Massive,
to the finals. Yeah.
Ooh, we did get Peace.
Kind of unlucky there.
Yeah, a little bit. The good news for Epping is he does have last rock, and there's really not a lot of danger now that there was a couple of minutes ago, maybe. Yeah, it's interesting. When I came down to the East Coast, and we were familiar with triple knockouts somewhat like this, where really you play the A side, and then you drop down, play the B sides, and you did that. And we had some of those down here, but we had what we used to call the double bracket. So the winner and the loser of this game would both drop down into B division. Yeah. And it was I don't know. Never ever thought it was a bad idea if you have the time and space to do it, because it does keep you playing, and it does make you really work hard to deserve your victory, I guess, if you get it. So, but to each his own on that. Every association is different. I mean, you look across the country, and they're probably getting closer to the same. But I remember Manitoba with the double knockout when nobody wanted to play double knockouts, and including down here, but they didn't seem to have any trouble. They always got pretty good teams out, so it was never a problem for them. Now we got Tanner working with his second here.
Yeah, here in Ontario, we had always played the round robin, thing, and 10 teams and nine games that you got to play. And I mean, it was good when you had marquee games.
Yeah.
But man, oh man, you could end up with a team that's 1-6 play or 1-7, playing a team that's 7-1, and
yeah.
it's harder to draw fans, I think, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. So Terry, I know that for a while, at least, Ontario, you guys would play your provincials actually in an arena, would you not?
Yes.
Yeah, and do they still do that, or are they going?
Yes.
They are they? Okay, I didn't know. So if it's because it sounded like a bigger round robin or whatever than it used to be, but well, yeah, we would never have enough people down here to do anything in an arena, even with the combined event.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, playing in the curling club, and it's the nice thing is they are playing at the Halifax Curling Club, who I feel has the best ice maker in Atlantic Canada, and they have the best ice surface in Atlantic Canada. So that's the good news about playing at the Halifax Curling Club, and it's only a 4-sheeter, but it's just a terrific place to curl for the provincials from a player's point of view. Not so much if you're trying to watch it, because it's very, very limited as far as that goes. Until sometime tomorrow, I think, and then they're putting bleachers on a couple of sheets and all that kind of stuff. So a hit for Epping here. He will hit and try to roll to the corner a little bit. Going to roll too far, and that will go out. So Bono now have to be a little careful. He has to make sure that they make these last 3 shots, keep them spread out so that Epping doesn't get a 2 here early in the game. When we did a round robin down here for a few years, and there was always a fear that the guys weren't going to, if they were in that situation you just described, that they wouldn't take the game very seriously, and that was going to be a problem. I don't know if it was a real problem. I did a game today with 2 teams that were eliminated from play really in the round robin here, and it's both of them played they played a serious game, and one team played super good, one didn't play as good, but nothing to do with not having an interest in the game. It was just it was just they just didn't play so good. So give them credit, because it was not an easy game to play, I'm sure, for either one of them. But there's a very nice shot by third stone Mike McCarville.
Yeah, we had a lot of discussions over the course of time here, and you would have teams having to have hotels for like say 5-6 days.
Yeah.
And of course that became an expensive bill to pay, and at one point the Ontario Curling Association used to foot the bill for the hotels, but once they pulled kind of their money from that, they a lot of people just said, like, this is silly when we can do a triple knockout. You can maybe be gone in 2 days.
Yeah, have another look at this, Terry, before you go on.
Sure. Yeah, no,
it's over.
Oh.
Keep going.
We're not gonna look at that. Yeah, but so now you can be eliminated in basically 2 days. So, and it has reduced the expenses for some teams. So I think that's another kind of cost benefit that people were lobbying for.
Yeah.
I mean, when it was on the association's dime, I mean, hey, let's make it 10 days.
Yeah. Play it somewhere warm.
Yeah.
So the teams would be like, well, how about we just don't do the curling part of it? We'll just go somewhere warm and play golf.
Right.
So Bono sitting 2 now. Epping is going to play the double, it looks like here. Looks like it would probably going to hit the red, but shouldn't jam there. It should go below it, I think. So,
well, it depends, kind of where they hit it, because it's certainly jammable.
Yeah,
if that's a word.
Oh, that's a word. Yeah. We made sure it was a word earlier this year and put it in the curling dictionary. So would you ever play, just a question though, would you ever play this just to hit and flop dead on top of the other one? Don't even think about the double?
I mean, yeah, you could think about it, but I think that, John wants to, make sure that if he can get a blank out of this, he would love to take it.
Yeah, be happy with that. So here we go. Goes
there.
Below.
Yeah.
Wow, I had that lined up pretty good, Terry. I'm impressed myself. Anyway, it worked out okay.
Just a minute, Jim. We're going to give you a pat on the back.
Thank you very much. Thank you. That'll be good. And I got a little bit of Mitch back there if you can look after that while you're there. Okay, so Trevor Bonot now will play his last rock here in end number 1. Like to hit and stay, force Epping to roll out on the blank attempt.
Yep.
See, Trevor uses that, I think it's the same sort of sliding device that Carruthers uses. It looks pretty similar, but it might, maybe not. His Carruthers has the big pads on the bottom, but lots of different sliding devices out there for those guys that are using them.
But I think he used to have one who did you reference?
Reed Carruthers.
Reed. He did have one of those.
Oh, okay.
Pretty sure.
It's a good throw. Trevor Bonot throws a nice stone. I like the look of that delivery. I'm sure I've seen, like I said, I've seen him before, but it's been a while. So nice throw. So Epping now look to blank the first end here and keep hammer moving to the second. I don't know if the person on the ice is a or behind the sheet, but is a scorekeeper or an official or something. But I gotta believe they're gonna be cold.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? I forget the guy's name, but unfortunately, I believe he passed away. I can remember, playing several provincial finals where he's out there, and he's got the big park on, and it was big red park, but he was always out there.
Sure thing. So we got a blank end in the first end here. We'll take a brief break and we'll be back right after this.
Brett, come on, man. I know Aztec's #1 for online safety training, but we really should be out here practicing.
I know, guys. I'll be right there. Just let me finish this course on gas detection. Wait. Do you smell that?
There's just something about this place. There's a beauty that you really have to experience for yourself. It's a perfect place to escape, all while staying connected. From one season to the next, you'll find exactly what you're looking for here. This is North Bay, and you should be here.
Come on into Montana's, where there's a deal every day. Why not try half-price wings Mondays, $5 tacos Tuesdays, all-you-can-eat ribs Wednesdays, $25.99 platters Thursdays, and drink deals every day. Only at Montana's, Canada's home for barbecue.
Welcome to therockshop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, The Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. Therockshop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep. So we're back for end number 2. We're looking for a little more action this end as John Epping throws up the corner guard after Trevor Bonot puts one in the top of the forefoot, or full forefoot, I guess, top of the button. And we mentioned how well that Epping has cruised along here. Trevor Bonot is also 3-0, obviously, if they're playing both at in the same division. His games have been a little closer, but it depends. I didn't really track these, but I know the scores are 7-4, 7-4, 9-2. So it would seem like he's had pretty good control of the games he has played as well. Yeah, and we can see it just here, even after watching one end. You can see that the level of competition here for Epping in this game is going to be a notch above what we've seen so far. So good for him.
Yeah, I think you can count on Trevor being in the mix here all game. Yeah,
and I haven't seen enough games yet to know, but it certainly looks like he'd be one of the teams you would expect to see in that final 3. But come Sunday, I think it is, they play the semifinals, I believe, on Saturday and the finals on Sunday. I think that's the way they're going. So. So Ian McMillan now with his second here. Been good here. The ice has been lightning fast here. We were talking with Connor a little bit even earlier today, and he said, Connor Sims, who does a lot of production with us, he did play in this, and he was saying that the ice has been pretty consistently around 16 seconds the whole event, which is hog-to-hog time, which is quite fast. Really very fast, probably faster than a lot of our viewers have ever played on, to be honest.
No kidding. Yeah, I was shocked that we had a draw. We had a draw there. I believe it was yesterday. It got 16-4 on it. Hog to hog.
Yeah, I threw a 16-4 before, but then it stopped halfway to the house. I don't know what happened there. Yeah,
it didn't get over the hog line.
Oh no, it did. I got over the hog line. But not by a lot, I will confess. So the out-turn hit here through the port. Looking for a little roll to the outside. He'll get that.
Trevor plays a lot of spiels. I always see him, down in the States for a couple spiels.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think he goes at one at I don't know if it's the one at Christmas. No, maybe it's the one in January. But John always plays. Used to always play in the Weirnick spiel and.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I learned a couple of years ago that Northern Ontario doesn't necessarily mean that you're a long ways from the U.S. border. I thought, to me, everything in Northern Ontario, and show my ignorance, which I shouldn't have as a Canadian, I learned a couple years ago at Sault Ste. Marie was where he basically just across the brook from the U.S., and that made no sense to me till I actually got there and saw it. But yeah,
Jimmy, you could probably hit your driver from Canada to the U.S.
well, I'm sure I could, as long as I aimed at the right boats and everything like that. It might, yeah. Yeah, there was a time when I could hit it halfway across that river, maybe, but I don't know about that. Never been a big hitter. So we got another guard coming up here.
Yeah, Trevor's kind of really dictated the first end and what we've had of this end.
Yep. That guard overcurled quite a bit. So Epping probably will make a play on that. Played a little bit down weight. We have noticed, or at least a couple of games that I've done, and I'm sure Terry are the same, is that we have noticed there's not a lot of curl in the ice here. It doesn't have that great big break that we see at times.
Right.
It's consistent enough, but it's just not a real big curl. Having said that, I think there's enough curl to make this shot if you can get it going the right way.
Mm-hmm.
They're working on it both sides. You can see it even with that weight, which wasn't very big, it just doesn't have a real snap finish to it. But you just have to play the game slightly different is all.
Yeah, I mean, it puts a lot more emphasis, I think, on, your release.
Sure.
The sweeping today can hold a lot of rocks, but, I mean, when you dump it, you dump it.
Yeah.
I know a lot of good sweepers, but even they can't hold those dumps that I throw every now and then.
You're right. There are some that, when the skip's first words are like, whoa, 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 whoa. It's like, you kind of know.
Yeah, I laugh at some of the guys that I've curled with here. Terry, could you at least let it get out of my hand before you yell, yeah, hurry?
Yeah, almost a great shot there. As it was, a pretty good shot.
Yep.
But it does leave it half open. But like we say, without a real big curl, these half open shots aren't quite as open as they are on some surfaces. So, but lots of room between the guard and the house. So Jake Horgan now will go after this. All right, so far Epping hasn't put a lot of pressure on the Bonot team, but partly because they've made their shots. So Jake Horgan now on the out turn with not a lot of weight on this one. I don't think this will probably be about a board weight shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Try to roll towards the corner, I guess, Terry? If you could.
Yeah. I think they'd love to get that a little bit under, but they're going to have to really go on this to keep it there. It's pretty good.
Yeah,
they'd love to get this out. Not quite.
No. Should have let skipper take those ones. I give my guys a hard time about that. Like, yeah, I should have took that.
Yeah.
Anyway, they can see where the roll went to, so obviously a very good result for Jake Horgan on that. Trevor Bonot doesn't really have the option of playing a hit on this. He's going to throw, I think, really, which is just going to be just over draw weight at this, Terry. Not positive.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah, I mean, I think the big thing for Team Bonot is that they'd like to sit, 2.
Yeah. It's Mike McCarville. This is his first here in the second end. Sweepers are kind of back and forth on straight and curl. Looks like he'll be able to get to it. Will he have enough weight to get it out?
Yeah, I'm sure he does. No, he doesn't. Wow. I thought he had way more of the rock.
Yeah, it's you can just see it just doesn't snap real hard to the outside. So it's he would have had to get right to the nose to get rid of that. Interesting call here.
Yeah, I was just gonna say this is interesting. I get it, totally get it. He can never sink this. It might be difficult for Trevor to actually remove it, but he's certainly, I would think, have a play at it on either turn. But I think what they'd like to do is just leave a piece of this for Team Bonot.
So the thought, Terry, would be probably for John is to use the Bono rock as kind of a catcher on this one.
Yeah.
Where he comes the other way, it looks like, why wouldn't you come the other way and just hit it and sit 2? Well, both rocks are going to be well behind the tee line, and this has a little better opportunity of turning into a 2-ender. So this is where playing all those big events like the slams and such that, where you have to do this kind of, so you just can't play the safe shots all the time. And this one's going to be a little heavy, though. Good effort, just a little bit heavy, probably a couple feet heavy, Terry. Probably just move that up to the top of the 4-foot, maybe.
Yeah, you would have loved to just been on top button there.
Yeah. So Trevor Bonot looks like he's got quite a bit of ice for the shot, to be honest. Looks a little more than I would have thought. But we don't know how he throws it either, so it might be that he doesn't necessarily dump it, but maybe he helps it get going a little bit on that in-turn side. And that wouldn't be a bad thing on this ice. Or potentially wouldn't be a bad thing on this ice.
Yeah, it's. I think that's kind of like common for a lot of right-handed players to kind of get that in-turn going.
I agree. So this is basically a freeze, really.
Yeah.
And it does look quite good. Weight looks perfect.
Yeah.
Needs to come up just a hair more. Boy, oh boy, it just does not make that move.
Yeah.
That's a very, very nice shot. Obviously, just a little tiny bit too much ice. I thought it looked like a little bit more than he needed there. But, the top of the house, I'm thinking it's going to be right on the nose. It just doesn't get there. So Epping with a really nice chance here to turn this into a 2 or possibly a 3-ender. Just he rolls this rock, one rock towards the button. I don't know what Trevor Bonot is going to do. He might be playing a freeze to hopefully not give up 3. John could play a hit here and sit 3. He could play the kind of like the double, basically. He doesn't have to do much, just touch that red one on the way by and it will go out. But I don't know if I would do that. I think I like the idea of trying to flop inside better, even though it might be hard to make that happen.
Well, if after John's throwing, if he sits 3, I mean, Hail Marys are going to go out.
Well, exactly, yeah, and that's the only thing I don't like about playing this shot versus the other is that you might give Trevor Bonot an out. But let's see what he does, first of all. These guys are kind of used to throwing it in out everywhere nowadays, and the guys that play in the arenas a lot. This one's going to have to do some curling, I think. No, I guess not. This could be very, very good.
Just want to get a little inside roll. Yeah, that's good. That's real good.
Yeah. Now, has he left the outturn freeze to the back? Probably, but not an easy shot.
No, for sure. No.
But he has got nothing else. He really can't. The shot that John Epping just threw, he can't really afford to do anything with because he's just going to jam on his own, probably give him a shot for 4. So we're going to have to play the draw here.
Yeah, I think John's roll, even though it wasn't very much, it was definitely enough to take that shot away from Trevor.
Yeah, he did leave just enough for Trevor to have at least an opportunity. That rock rolls another rock, or 3/4 of a rock, and I don't know, he's got nothing, but he does have a chance here. And he just threw, if he can find that exact weight again, assuming the weight will be the same on this side, then he's got a good opportunity because he had pretty nice weight on that first one. So it's on its way anyway. Sweeper's starting to go. Haven't been out on this side as much. Working really hard now. Got great line. I just don't know if it's going to have enough weight.
Yeah, looks a little light.
Yeah. Want to take it as far as you can just to make that extra point for Epping that much harder to get.
Yeah. So close to being real good.
Yeah, a good run at it for sure, but unfortunately for Trevor Bonot, John Epping now will have a draw for 3. Really just has to come up to his own, and he will get it. Tell you, it'd be a tough to stomach being down 3-0 after 2 ends when you.
When you kind of dominated the first end, really, without the hammer, and you were looking pretty good when it. I think the front end had finished throwing.
Yeah, I know. That's what's so weird, and he didn't throw horrible shots. Like his last 2 shots, not too bad, but unfortunately, when you skip some of those ones that are not too bad, turn into zeros somewhere. So. So Epping with this rock on its way, looking for 3 here in the second end. Looks like he's going to be very close. Although it's got to curl maybe a little bit or it bounces off. Let's see, that's not going to happen. So John Epping will make the shot for 3, and he will take a 3-0 lead here in North Bay. We're at the Northern Ontario Men's Provincial Curling Championships, and we'll be back right after the break.
Developed over a decade in collaboration with the finest ice makers this side of the Atlantic, the Pebblehead PB5 is nothing short of a triumph of sophistication and craftsmanship. Weighing less than half its lumbering copper predecessors, yet boasting tenfold their durability, the PB5 delivers perfect, consistent ice time after time. The PB5 by Pebbleheads.com, the apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game of...
I think.
So we're back, Terry, for the third end, and a tough 3 for Trevor Bonot to give up that last end. It really never looked like it was ever going to be anything like that.
Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, with the ice conditions the way they are, I mean, you get those rocks that are kind of half buried. I mean, you can't get where you want to when you're trying to play those quiet shots. Like you saw Trevor, I thought, kind of made a really good shot, but it just hung out there, that little extra, and it allowed John to play a wide open hit and get just a half a rock roll, and there was nothing that Trevor could do except for try and draw the pin.
Yeah.
On the out-turn side as opposed to the in-turn side that they were playing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's sometimes a little bit tough. You gotta hang in there. You gotta realize that you've got to throw it that much better, and you have to take advantage anytime you get a little advantage, because it's going to be hard to bury a lot of rocks.
See, you even see this one there. Like it's just not finishing good right now.
Nope. So Bono with the corner guard up is going to look to use it right away. I think, or actually maybe not. Looks like he's going to Might be throwing up a second corner here now. I'm not really sure. No, I think he's coming around. He's got a nice little pocket there, actually, with the Epping stone stopping where they did. It's certainly something that he'll be able to use later as we move along and through this end. Slides it by, but how deep does it go? John Epping will go up there, and I was going to say he was going to hammer it, but he didn't even try.
No, he just watched it.
Yeah. Saving that energy. Oh, so he's looking this. Yeah, this will be an interesting one. Going way out here in the wings, looking to make a little bit of curl. Tanner not maybe quite as convinced that this is going to work. But he's ready. He's changed the shot from what he first looked like he was going to play. So on the out turn, coming right around that corner, I guess, following Jamie Childs would be the lead. Following him down. It's going to be hard pressed to get over there, I think.
Weight's pretty good, though.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty nice weight control for sure.
Yeah.
So Trevor Bonot's not going to fool around. He says, we're here to play, and we're in the A qualifier. We're going to play, and I don't care who I'm playing against. I'm going to try to go at this a little bit. He knows he's down 3-0. He doesn't want to spend too much time clawing his way back one at a time, so he's going to throw the draw around the guard, see if he can get something set up that might be able to turn into a 2 or 3-ender by the time they're done.
Well, I think now, if you're Team Bonot, you're really looking at getting on the scoreboard. You'd probably, kind of like to solidify a deuce here. And I think, the way the Rocks have kind of started here in this end, Rocks in play are kind of going to be Trevor's friend, I think, for the first little bit of this end.
Yeah. So this is going to roll. Yeah. Will he spin back in? Maybe not.
I don't know. Yeah, you really would have liked to have that for third shot for sure, because it would be hard to get to. Yeah.
Yeah, because where it ends up, if it's not third shot now, it's probably not going to be, because it's going to be hard to bring it back.
Yeah.
Hard to get English on those curling stones.
Yeah, for sure.
Peel the guard, though. Tanner Horgan. Out turn, just get rid of the guard. Might see a freeze here. Yeah. It's a pocket we talked about a little bit ago. That might be something that Trevor can use, and it looks like he's going to try. Pretty good. I don't mind this call. Might be a shot or two early, but it's still.
Well, I mean, honestly, Jim, I think it's he's got to play it now, because I think you're kind of hoping now you can get it in there, nestle it somehow, and have John rip it, and you never know. He might unlock that blue one that's kind of just back 12 or back 8, I should say.
Well, you might be right. Plus the fact you throw up a corner somewhere here when the other guy's sitting 3, he at some point might just say, okay, well, it's pretty straight. I don't need to make a great guard to stop you from doing anything, so I'll just play that. Yeah. Unfortunately, this one's coming short by Jordan Potts, and that creates a bit of a problem, except for the fact that, Epping is going to draw. I was going to say John might hit that, but he sort of sees the blood in the water sort of thing here for right now.
Yeah, typical shark.
Yeah. So Jake Horgan now. Younger brother Jake. Looking to come around that guard and put it anywhere in the top of the 8 foot. Full 8 foot would be great. Unfortunately, Trevor Bonot then might have to peel the guard. That's certainly not what he wants to be doing right now, but let's see where this one goes.
Yeah.
Weight must be close. Sweeper's making it look like it's close. Now it's just whether or not it'll curl enough to do what he wants. I think it's going to be pretty good.
Yeah. Really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Trevor's going to have to run that blue in.
Yeah, into the pile, I think. Yeah, I agree, Terry.
But now, I mean, that top red one, if the blue gets thrown into that pocket, hits the top red one, that red one, can now maybe spill out and take out the what we believe is fourth shot, fifth shot, but still.
Yeah, just got to get it going in the right direction and hope something happens that's better than what you got right now. He's going to get a piece. Moves him around.
Yeah.
Not a terrible result, I don't think, Terry, considering where he was a minute ago.
Well, as we always say, that's better than it was.
Exactly, yeah. It doesn't lend itself to scoring more than one right now, but at least now it does look like he might be able to score one.
Yeah.
For a minute, it looked like it was kind of the death nail thrown there by Jay Corrigan, but interesting shot here. I'm not sure what John's playing here, but it looks like he's going to run the red one onto the blue. No, probably not going to change that. We'll see. We better just wait, I guess, till he's finished. So it looks like a hit anyway. That much we know. He might be able to get rid of all of the blue ones, might be what he's thinking, although there's one of them that I don't think is ever going to come into play anyway. But Jake, pretty deliberate in the hack. Apologies for that. Camera's just kind of sticking a little bit, or whatever cameras do. Well, was that any good? So he gets rid of all the blues, as I thought he might, but not quite how I thought he'd do it. But tell you though, I don't know that it's so bad for Trevor Bonot. Make the double, sitting in not a bad spot here. Still hope here in this end to score more than a single for Bonot. Mike McCarville. Throwing what should be pretty heavyweight takeout here, trying to make the double, or at least the hit roll in the neighborhood of the double.
Yeah.
Both there. If that had been a little lower, it would have been beautiful. It would have sort of kicked right back on top of the red. As it was, pretty good shot.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, it's way better than when Trevor was staring down those three that were all around the button.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Just going to sign the back, Terry. There's still hope we could go here and play in the Masters Open Bondsville. I'm sure we qualify for that. Might be too old for it, but other than that, it qualify. So John Epping now looking to remove the Bono stone, which he will do, and remove one of his own as well. Trevor Bonot now has a chance to play a little freeze down here. Freezes are tough to get rid of. Well, you might go around there. I don't know. I like that shot if the ice would curl enough for you.
Mm-hmm.
What do you like?
I like going around the corner, but
yeah.
You
think you can get enough around there to?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, now that you're the newly announced master, you can be. I'm going to take your word for it.
Yeah. No. I mean, certainly there's more options here playing this out turn draw down to it. Those freezes are so difficult to make perfect, and like if you're just a little on the high side, that thing just kicks out so easily.
Yeah.
For John, but I mean John's not concerned. I mean he'd gladly give Trevor one and take the hammer.
Yep.
I think ideally Trevor would like to come down to that shot stone, move it about, maybe a foot.
Yeah, so basically a rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. That's what I think is, I think that's the hope and plan. And then just kind of hoping that Epping can't get rid of it too easily.
Yeah, see, that was just a little bit too heavy. John can slash that through the hole and let him draw for one.
Yeah. Yeah, Trevor Bonot probably just being a little safe on that one. Didn't need to maybe have quite that weight, but so Epping now look to remove the rock in the 4-foot. He'd like to probably just pick it clean, to be honest, if he could.
Yeah.
He'd rather not take the one off the back, or take it up and roll out would even be worse. So I think it's no matter what he does, he's going to end up probably with, like you say, forcing Bono to take one. This one's on its way. So it jumps its way down the sheet, and he was going to pick it clean as we thought. Yeah. So a draw for one for Trevor Bonot. Just needs to hit full 8-foot. Just for self-confidence, put it right on the pin, I always figure. Sometimes the sweepers don't seem to want to agree with that, but
I know. What do you mean? You want me to work harder?
Yeah,
when
I know.
I don't have
Yeah.
to? No.
Yeah, so well, not that I need you to work that hard, but I like to be sure it's going to be there. So Trevor Bonot now, big shot here though, already down 3-0. He has to make this one. We expect he will, but a little bit heavier than draw weight on his previous shot, and he's not going to any kind of backing here, so has to be close.
Yeah, I'm surprised he just didn't play the same shot, but I mean, that's kind of my MO too, is, you get a free draw, throw the in turn.
Yeah, and he will make it. No problem at all for Trevor Bonot. He will pick up a single here in the third end, and he will trail 3-1 here in North Bay when we come back after the break.
Hey Mark, you ready for this game tonight?
Yeah, I'm excited, man. Cupsy, what are you doing over there?
Don't worry, boys. Was just on AztecSafety.com, took a fire extinguisher safety course. Paul, I'm putting out the fires from now on. Woo!
Who knew after 20 years in real estate I'd have to make silly videos for Instagram and come out behind a tree?
Stu, we need to do this stuff.
Why can't I just door knock into open houses like I did in the old days?
That doesn't work anymore.
Okay, so it's because I'm sitting here behind a tree, come use us for real estate.
Surrounded by beauty on every side, this is a place where you can get away from it all, or be right there in the center of everything. Arts, sports, entertainment, a vibrant culture. This is North Bay, and it is exactly where I want to be.
Right, best.
So Trevor Bonot on the board here in North Bay at the Northern Ontario Men's Curling Provincials for 2026. Jim Nixon, Terry Corbin on the mics here. Happy to bring you this on Curling Stadium North Bay and the Stadium Sports Network. Terry, it's that's about all Trevor could do, really. It got about halfway through that end. He would have taken that single point for sure, because he was in big trouble, managed to get out of it, and lives to play another day at least. So.
Yeah, I'm sure if you had said, here, we'll give you one and we'll get on with the third end, he would have taken that.
Yeah.
I guess the fourth then, sorry. Forgot about the blank.
Yeah, it's all right.
This is, too. I've found that, kind of even with our ice. A lot of times, when you don't have that curl, if when you got the hammer, I mean, most teams do go around a center line guard now these days, but to me, it's when you got that straight ice. If you throw that short rock, I'm coming around there hoping I can get it, buried, and they're so hard to remove because, I mean, you're so used to being able to throw like board weight at these rocks and get them to curl, and you can remove all these rocks with board weight. So yeah, when the ice is just straight, I want to take that opportunity to see if I can't be first in.
Yeah. Yep. And both those shots quite nice, actually.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah,
very
great
good.
shot by Ian in his first one, and then the followed up by Jamie Childs. Two very nice shots.
Yeah, that leads first stone. If when you're coming around like that can kind of make or break an end.
Yeah. So another rock coming down. This is a little bit more like what we usually see when we...
Yeah. What great weight by Ian McMillan of Team Epping. 2 pistols. Speed wobble.
Yeah.
As we break down the pebble, things might start curling a little bit more.
Well, they certainly are getting some curl in that spot from both sides, so that's kind of nice.
I'm asking Tanner for what you can see. Don't often see 2 players with not wearing gloves.
Yeah.
What a good shot. Well, a good outcome.
Yeah. Trevor Bonot now try to play that freeze again. Both teams finding a little bit of curl here. That's almost 3.5 feet of ice for this freeze.
Yeah, just weight's so critical. You just can't afford to bounce off of these things.
No.
The minute you do, you bounce off, you leave it yourself in the open and subject yourself to a hit and roll.
That's very nicely done.
Yeah.
Straight peel here for Tanner Horgan. So we're probably going to see the guard go back up a couple times, I think, Terry. Yeah.
Yeah.
At some point, you'll have to do something with that rock at the top of the 4 foot, but for now, there's still 4 rocks each to come. And knowing that John Epping's probably going to peel anything you throw out there.
Yeah.
A little too early to try to make something happen in the house.
Yeah, I don't think John's in a rush to push the envelope here.
No. Fair. Keep playing the straight peel. Terry wouldn't take a run at that coming back in. Woody can probably get rid of 1 or 2 of the reds if he does, but
yeah, I think
not worth it.
I think he's quite content right now.
Okay. Good shot. Same call.
Yep.
Sweeper's just kind of heavy clean there just to get it to make sure it doesn't run over anything. Now a little curve to try to move it over. Haven't talked much about the new, not new, you told me yesterday, they're not new rules. Well, the rules, but everybody looked okay there, I think, so.
Yeah.
So, John, thinking about it now. Interesting. Going to play the high rock in the house that blew at the 12-foot, looking, I guess, to try to probably drag it into the red, into the other red, Terry. I don't even know if it has a drag.
I think if he hits it on the high side, the red one might clip the blue one, and I think that's what he's thinking.
Okay. Yeah, I guess red says his are red. He doesn't want to remove both reds, I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a gentle takeout.
Yeah, that's right. Because, I mean, he hit that on the high side. The red rock will go to our right as we look at it.
I thought he popped that out a little bit, but this could be good. Once we can see it.
Good call, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, super aggressive call for sure. And I could see how Trevor would have got fooled by that. I would never have envisioned John switching speeds, if you will, just at that point.
Well, you know, I mean, good on John. I mean, if you were going to go, that's the rock to go on.
Yeah. So what do you play now, Terry?
Wow, I mean, you're reaching into the bag of tricks here now.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
That's why I asked you. I didn't have an answer.
Yeah, like, you're trying to run the blue into the blue, and I don't know. I really don't know what the call is there.
Yeah.
I just know it's a skip, or it don't have to be a skip, but when you're playing these shots, you just go like, oh my God.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
That one needed to come up. I think he's trying to make some little better contact with the blue at the top.
Yeah.
The problem now is they're just not, they're in a bad spot. Like, it's hard for him to get to the back reds. Yeah, this is a really tough spot, I think, for Bono. Epping with hammer, sitting pretty nicely. It's might just draw right into the pocket, but no, he's going to go up here and throw some kind of a guard, I guess, up here. Not sure what exactly they're guarding, but we'll have another look here when we see the rocks here. I suppose you could run that blue one back and make the double on the reds. I think that's there. Yeah, definitely there. Hard, but it's definitely there. So maybe he's getting rid of the blues. After all, I thought he was throwing a guard up there, but it doesn't look like it.
Yeah, I mean,
playing the
like
double.
Trying to play the double, yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, again, I'm not sure that, you know, I would be in on this shot, but John makes it.
Well, you know, it turned out okay, Terry, but it also may make it a little better opportunity for Trevor Bonot to maybe force to one, if nothing else.
That's right. Yep. I didn't like what Trevor had without John throwing.
Yeah. So a big shot for Trevor Bonot here in end number 4 as he faces 2 Epping stones in the 4-foot. Not taking very much ice, so I think you're going to get a lot of curl to get over that center anyway. And even then, I don't think you're going to get a lot of curl. So on this one early, trying to make it curl, just got to be a little careful with this. Sometimes they go and you don't get to stop them. This one needs to go a little more.
That's pretty good.
You know what? That's, I think, a really good shot.
Makes it tougher for John to get his 2.
Well, for sure. Yeah, he's still sitting 1. He certainly has the button for 2, but I'll tell you what, that's not an easy shot drawing that button, and it's a lot better possibilities than it looked like.
John looking at running the red into the blue. I don't think you want to. I think that's the only way you can help Trevor. So.
Well, exactly. Yeah.
And honestly, you can't afford to nose that where you took out your red one, but now that blue might catch the red there. But yeah, you can only help.
You've already got a point in the bag, and you're up 3-1 already. So, you know, and this is not exactly a shot that not uncommon for these guys to throw and expect to make. So even I'd play this shot.
Yep. Yeah, you just make sure you got lots of ice.
Yeah, because you don't need to put it on the pinhole. You just need to get a piece of the button. Too often we forget that when we're throwing these shots.
Yeah, and I mean the sweepers just, I don't mean just, but they sweep for T-line and...
Yeah, exactly. It's not... It's all you got to do really as a sweeper, I think, is just to think about how far this has to go. Let somebody else figure out whether or not they got the broom in the right place.
That's right. This looks a little bit on the warm side.
You think?
Well, just a little.
Well, I think you're right.
Oh, he did it. He got his deuce.
He sure did. Very nice draw by John Epping. He'll pick up a deuce to go up 5-1. We are in North Bay, Ontario with the Northern Ontario Men's Provincial Championships, where John Epping will take a 5-1 lead into the next end. We're back right after this.
Ontario's mining sector is a global leader, and Agnico Eagle is proud to be at its heart. As Canada's largest gold producer, we operate world-class mines like Detour Lake and Macassa, creating thousands of jobs and driving billions in economic activity. But our impact goes beyond production. We foster a culture of the heart, investing in communities, supporting social development, and partnering with Indigenous groups to build lasting relationships and shared prosperity. We're shaping a future where Ontario remains a powerhouse in responsible resource development, strengthening the economy and enriching lives for generations to come.
Come on on into Montana's, where there is a deal every day. Why not try half-price wings Mondays, $5 tacos Tuesdays, all-you-can-eat ribs Wednesdays, $25.99 platters Thursdays, and drink deals every day. Only at Montana's, Canada's home for barbecue.
Hey Mark, you ready for this game tonight?
Yeah, I'm excited, man. Cupsy, what are you doing over there?
Don't worry, boys. Was just on AztecSafety.com, took a fire extinguisher safety course. Paul, I'm putting out the fires from now on. Woo!
We'll see. Might sort itself out. So 4 ends in the books here in North Bay. Jim Nixon, Terry Corbin, bringing you this A qualifier between John Epping and Trevor Bonot. And a 5-1 score probably doesn't do justice to the Bonot team, to be honest, but that's where we're at. Epping with a 5-1 lead, and Bonot with Hammer here playing the 5th. And they are going to have to get moving, Terry, to keep themselves in this one for sure.
Yeah, for sure is right. John's team looks like they're firing in all cylinders. John's decided, to be aggressive when he thinks he needs to be, and I think he probably caught Trevor by surprise there on, or Jake Organ's last one of that fourth end.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it definitely caught me by surprise. So I think it probably also caught them a little bit by surprise. And two things about that: you got to have the nerve and thinking about what you want to do and making a switch, and then you got to have a team that's going to make that shot. And that's what he got. Like, he got a great shot out of Jake, and So a lot of things went in their favor, but that's what good teams do. It's not by accident that happened.
No.
Yeah.
And it also shows the confidence that John has in the team.
Exactly, yeah. This team put together not that long ago and really almost seemed like that. The first year, I think last year they probably played more, level 2 sort of spiels because that's where they were at. They just were new and didn't have the points and everything to get into some of the big events, but they played a lot, but they won a lot. They did very well, I think, right out of the gate, to be honest. It's Yeah, and just gotten better as the time's gone on. So, anyway, it's going to take some good play for somebody to knock them off here.
Mm-hmm.
And Trevor will start with that, hopefully.
Yep. Well, this is to no disrespect to John's former teams, but this team looks like it has really, really good chemistry.
Yeah, I agree. I think you're right on that. I think it's. And I think they, and John's earned that respect, but I think they have the utmost respect and confidence in him as well. So, it's not a lot of, they're going to have some discussions, but at the end of the day, I think that, John's going to throw the shot that he thinks is right, and they're going to buy 100% into it. So,
yeah, and I think, because I believe when they first put this team together, I think Tanner was throwing vice and Jake was playing second. And
I think you're right, yeah.
And certainly Tanner was, kind of the skip on the junior run that he and Jake had, sorry. And it just, seemed logical that, when they got together, Tanner would throw vice, Jake would throw second, and away we go. But I don't know how that move all came about, whether John kind of said, I think this is the way we need to go, or whether Jake and Tanner spoke and said, hey, I think maybe, you should throw third or you should throw second, whichever.
Yeah.
But whoever kind of decided that was probably a better way to go, or at least give it a try. I mean, kudos to, Tanner for accepting it. And, it really has, I think, been kind of the glue that has put this team over the top.
Yeah, I think, exactly. I think you hit it in the head there. Kudos to whoever, and maybe it was the group as a whole, just, sitting down someday and saying, well, we're going okay, but how can we be better? And, however they decided it was a good decision. Obviously, everybody bought into it. And it's, sometimes it's hard. It's hard to make those decisions sometimes without it upsetting one player or the other or whatever. But obviously, this is what they've done. And brotherly love took over, and they're okay with the switch. And
Well, definitely somebody had to swallow their pride,
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that isn't something that, you just go, oh yeah, throw my hand up and pick me, because you believe in yourself. And that's what gets in the way a lot of the time, is the belief that you have in yourself that, no, you're the better shot maker, or, or, I feel way more important or part of the game when I'm throwing third. It does. I mean, you have 101 reasons, but for somewhere along the line, they got together and said, like, this is what we're doing, and I just think it was a tremendous decision, and I think it's really elevated this team that much further.
Yeah. So good draw there by Jordan Potts. It might have went back a little further than they were thinking, but ultimately they wanted to get it over there, make it a little bit harder to be removed. But probably number 2. Looks like John's going to just play down to it.
They're just not coming off the line.
No, that's not very much ice, is it, for going in, especially going inside out. Usually, traditionally, the inside out goes pretty hard. I know that's a little different nowadays. It seems like get curls everywhere most of the time, but
a lot of ice makers are still dishing the ice so that you get that big curl.
Yeah. And I must say, I wasn't against that for a few years, because for a few years we had quite straight ice at our place. I'm like, guys, it's going to be straight everywhere. Why don't you just go ahead and dish it a little bit? And at least we can play the game to the center and have some fun rather than be straight everywhere. But our ice is good now, so it's not like that. It's not quite as fast as this, but it's got some curl everywhere, so the guys have done a good job. It's an all-volunteer club, so it takes some convincing sometimes. There's a good-looking shot. If he gets to it, and he will come up a little short, but not, I guess he's out there. I'm in a little trouble with our cameras today, so we're not sure what everybody's seeing at home, but some of those shots for us are just kind of jumping around a little bit, so we're not sure sometimes when they finish and when they don't finish. But at the end of the day, good shot. Guys are doing all they can do to make sure we bring you a good picture.
Nobody told you that it's just your computer, right?
No, nobody told me nothing. No. That's okay. Nobody told me yesterday when they couldn't hear me. Nobody could hear me talk either.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
That was funny, but that was old. That was ages ago. So this looks pretty good too. Just playing a freeze, and he needs to make sure he stays in the right spot. That's pretty good. That's going to be not easy to remove, so it's going to probably be the similar shot coming up. Well, there's a little more room there than I thought, so I think he's going after it. I don't know which turn, but he's throwing a hit of some kind at this thing.
Got to be throwing the out turn, do they not?
Well, I think so, but right now there's no turn. There we go. Yeah, I think it's out turn as well, but I'm really not 100% sure.
I'm not either.
See in a minute. Maybe everybody gets out of the way.
Tanner gets out of the way.
We're never gonna know. But either way, whatever turn it was, he did get rid of that blue one, which I didn't know if he could. Guys can throw it so hard now, and the surfaces are usually pretty quick, and rocks are usually pretty good as far as when they hit each other. Can't think of the right words here, but they certainly have good action. But
that went easy.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and I don't know about you, Terry. I didn't think it was that easy to get that one out.
Either did I.
So a whole bunch of red ones left, but Bonot does have hammer with 4 rocks yet to come. So even though there's 3 red ones in the house, they aren't exactly covering the button or anything. So there's an opportunity here. Ooh, Sweeper's going to have to go on this, I think.
Yeah.
When you get there,
just top 4.
Maybe just a hair late with the brooms or the brushes, whatever. Pretty nice effort, but just didn't quite get far enough. Shot rock. Don't mean he did not shot rock, but it's about 2/3 open probably at least. So Epping's going to look at whether or not he just runs this top one back into it. Might be easier than just picking it. I don't know. Mind everybody, you are watching on Curling Stadium. Curling Stadium has coverage of a lot of the provincials happening this week and everything across the country. There'll be games, some with commentators, some not, but we should try to envision to try to keep up all the scores everywhere and have some links at least to some video. So John Epping now trying to get rid of the stuff in the front. It's going to be pretty good, I think. No, not so good. Well, big break there for Trevor Bonot. That was a fairly easy shot, I thought, for John Epping. Just didn't quite curl enough. I think you have to go around. Do you not have to go around the blue corner? Yeah, over there.
Yeah, I think you do.
Because you can go around that, and even if it buries behind it, which tough to do, but if it does, you'd still be number 2. So if you go the other way, on the intern side, it's harder to bury behind it because it's tighter, and they're going to be pretty close together.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't think John's gonna, get tricked here, but.
So we're back after the 5th end break, and had a few technical difficulties there, so you didn't get to see Trevor Bonot make his draw for 1 against 4, I might add, in the 5th end to creep back to within 5-2. A lot of work to do still, Terry.
Yeah, it's been a case of John Epping kind of utilizing hammer to score multiple points. He's got a 2-ender and a 3-ender. And Trevor, as you just mentioned there, drew for 1 against 4, and that's how he got his other point. He had to draw against a couple of Epping stones. So he needs to find a way the second half to generate more offense with the hammer.
Yeah, for sure. It's like we always talk about curler's math being, you get 2 and give up 1, you get 2. Well, this is a little worse than that even so far for Trevor Bonot. So he does need to turn that around and be the guy getting the 2 and giving up 1 for a couple ends. Certainly in a position that he's not out of this by any stretch. So he doesn't have to throw 100% caution to the wind here. He could just force for 1 and take hammer to the 7th, but he doesn't have a lot of those ends to throw away, Terry. He's going to have to make something happen with most of the ends from here on in.
Well, I mean, that's so true. I mean, if you're going to give John 1 here and be down 4, I mean, you're running out of the math.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, I agree.
So, I mean, yeah, but you're right. I mean, Trevor needs to just find, kind of a kink in the armor of Epping and then attack it.
Yeah. And you will see him throw up a second guard here. So he's going to be pretty aggressive. Don't get me wrong. No question about it. It's just, if push comes to shove and you have to give up 1, you can afford to a little bit, but but not much and not very often. No. Although this one's a little heavy. It's going to be okay because of where it's going to end up, but not what he was looking for. It's going to be really easy for John to get rid of both those rocks here in a minute.
Yeah, you always like to have 1 high, 1 low, and as much separation as possible between the 2 centerline guards. Makes it easier to peel.
Yeah, he's only got about a rock in between those 2, so that's not a lot. Coming around for Epping. Ask E. McMillan now to come right around there.
Yeah, and I'm going to give kind of the commentator curse here by saying that Team Epping's just been so precise with their draw shots. Really has put a lot of pressure on Team Bonot.
Yeah. This one's not going to be where he wants it, I don't think. It's going to be back 4-foot probably. And Trevor probably won't go all that hard to sweeping it.
Yeah,
that's a much better spot for Trevor Bonot than it is for John Epping, that's for sure.
It's interesting because, it's been very, very quick here. And I just timed that one for, giggles. And I got 15.6 on that. So it doesn't seem to be as quick as it has been in previous draws.
No, probably a little tiny bit off, yeah.
Or it could be my thumbs a little off. I don't know.
Well, no, but it's a good point because as we were watching, I'm thinking, well, it doesn't. I had that same sort of feeling, like it doesn't seem to be lightning fast this time compared to what we'd had for a couple of draws. But 15.6 is no slouch. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
A lot of people would be pretty
Kill
happy
for
if you don't. Yeah. And some people would absolutely hate it. So there's two sides of that 15.6, 16-second kind of draws. So we're going to rip these guards. Tanner Horgan will look to remove both of the blue guards because, as we mentioned, they are a little too close together, and there they go.
Oh!
Everything goes.
Everything's going, yeah.
It's not a feel-good moment for the Bono team for sure. They looked like they had a decent setup there, and they did, but got to throw that guard up now, and it's going to be really hard to generate a steal here for sure at this point because I think John, he fooled us once already, but I think he'll be peeling off guards here for a few shots.
Yeah.
I haven't really given an update, Terry. Should we try to give an update across the sheets here maybe at some point? Do you have it? I can pull it up.
Yeah, no, we can do. We can do.
Doesn't have to be right this instant. Don't want to rush ourselves, Eddie. Yeah.
Yeah, no. There is only one other men's game going on, and it doesn't have the score, so I really.
Oh right, okay. Yeah, I should have looked before I said that.
I might be able to go on the YouTube channel and see what the score is.
Okay, well, if we can figure it out, we will pass it along. We have had some score updates that don't seem to happen sometimes this weekend where we go to look at the score and they're just not there at all. But that's there's a very nice shot there for Tanner Horgan. If you're Trevor Bonot right now, I'm not quite sure what you have to do. He's looking to play a freeze on the red. Maybe a little on the inside, or the inside would be, as we look at it on the long view, maybe a tiny little bit on the right-hand side of that stone. It's possible he might jam, but right now he's sort of trying to figure out a way to maybe end up forcing John to one more so than steal, because there's really nothing set up for steal. Mike McCarville now.
And just to interject, by the looks of it, it's Adams Jr. up 5-3 on McEwen, and Adams has the hammer.
Okay, thanks. Where'd you find that?
On YouTube.
Okay. So that rock didn't get to where they like it to be, for sure. They were hoping to get to the other side of that red rock, if anything else. Pretty easy hit, just a matter of where John wants to have everything finish up here. Jake Horgan. Out-turn hit. Nobody doing much on this, just a little light clean.
Yeah.
I don't even know if you can call it that. That'll work.
Those red ones are starting to pile up here.
They are, yeah. So Trevor asking the team, what do you think, guys? Like, are we trying to bail here at this point, or what do we do? What do you think, Terry?
I think he's intent on bailing, really.
Yeah. He could maybe get a shot, Matt, if you can get us the overhead for a second. Man, I might not be able to get it right now, but I was going to say, he might be able to hit the center line one and kind of go to the left, and well, we'll see what we get here. Well, I got rid of a couple. Be nice if his shooter stays, because Epping probably will have to hit it, and he does. I thought if he could maybe hit that center line one a little bit and go the other way, he'd get a double and maybe kind of leave his rock somewhere where it'd be a little bit of a challenge to remove. But anyway, it was going to take a lot of good luck more than good management to have that happen. So Jake Horgan now will play the hit on the rock in the 12-foot. Well, I think he's playing the hit on the one in the 12-foot. Yeah, I think it still is, yeah. Just looked like not a lot of weight coming out. I thought, well, maybe not. Too smooth. That guy was just too smooth for me.
That's right.
Try to roll this on, and he will. Well, something to work with, but something that can tempt you into a shot that ends up costing you 2 or 3 points too, I guess. But I don't know. I guess you're at that point. See, Trevor's kind of like, I don't know. I think he's going to play the hit and roll behind the guard, well, not the guard, the one in the 12-foot, I think, but I'm not positive. Maybe he's going to freeze. Looks like a freeze. So I guess, what do you think, Terry? If you take this shot through and you say you're going to throw the freeze, which we know no matter how perfect it is, Epping can probably get rid of it. So best case scenario for Bono is probably play the freeze, have John whack everything, and end up with just a red at the top of the 8-foot or top of the 12-foot, and then you can decide if you want to go around it or hit it, I guess. That's kind of the way I see the next couple shots going, but let's see how they actually go.
Yeah, I mean, ideally, Trevor makes a really good freeze. John rips and everything goes, and there's one left, and Trevor hits the remaining red stone, and Epping gets a blank. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how else you could hope. What else you could hope for? It's going to rub off, and that's the big problem with the freeze. If you don't make them, they usually end up costing you a lot more than you really think it should.
Yeah, you're right. Well, if nothing else, Trevor's got to leave this game feeling pretty good about draw weight. He's been right around it all day. He hasn't been perfect, but he's been around it at least. So that's just not good enough against this team right now. So
yeah, and I think that is his strength.
Yeah. Well, he wouldn't have had any opportunity to play many hits. I'm just trying to think. It wouldn't have been, with the few points that they've scored and being down early, certainly wouldn't have had a whole lot of takeouts. I don't keep a record of it, but we need a statistician with us. John Epping now looking to remove the sole Bono stone. Trying to curve it over a little bit, and it will get there. And I don't know.
Pretty good, because, I mean, now if you even make the freeze, I mean, John just hits his own, and it's kind of a gimme two.
Could be really hard not to give up two here, isn't it? It's,
yeah.
You know, you figure, what do? You can make the double on the two that are in touching the 4-foot. And if you do, you're probably leaving an open hit for two. But I see nothing else either. The long view looks like you maybe freeze the one on the button, but it's not. It's well, now it doesn't look like it. That's we need a different long view, I guess. Anyway, it's yeah. I don't know what I saw, but it wasn't there. So He doesn't have a lot of choice, unfortunately. You hate to play the shot down 5-2, knowing that probably
you
best
really
case
do.
scenario you're giving up 2, and that's if you make a good shot.
Yeah, he's probably trying to really throw a peel and hit as much
Oh,
as
yeah,
he
I know
can,
what you mean, yeah.
and then jump the shooter over to underneath that.
Kind of like that.
that.
That was it. You know what? That was a great shot and a good point, Terry. And it's that's a shot that I just never used to see, where you're hitting it on what we would consider to be the wrong side to make the double, but yet you still made the double. That was a great shot.
Yep.
What can I say? Nothing more. And you're right. Through the weight he had to throw for that shot. If he doesn't make it, he's probably giving up 2 or 3. But so Epping now, not a real hard run back, but it's a lot tougher than open hit would have been.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Trevor and you said where would you like to have placed that rock, he probably would have said half and half. Like half under. Again, just to try and tantalize John into playing, something a little bit more difficult. But this is a straight nose hit. Bingo.
Well, Epping once again making it look pretty simple as he picks up a couple here. He will take a 7-2 lead after 6 ends of play. We'll return to North Bay right after the break.
Brett, come on, man. I know Aztec's #1 for online safety training, but we really should be out here practicing.
I know, guys. I'll be right there. Just let me finish this course on gas detection. Wait. Do you smell that?
There's just something about this place. There's a beauty that you really have to experience for yourself. It's a perfect place to escape, all while staying connected. From one season to the next, you'll find exactly what you're looking for here. This is North Bay, and you should be here.
Come on into Montana's, where there is a deal every day. Why not try half-price wings Mondays, $5 tacos Tuesdays, all-you-can-eat ribs Wednesdays, $25.99 platters Thursdays, and drink deals every day. Only at Montana's, Canada's home for barbecue.
Welcome to therockshop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, The Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. Therockshop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
So we're back here for end number 7. I think, Terry, if we aren't learning anything, we are learning that you have got to play as a team. You've got to play very, very well to stay with this Epping team, because I look at it and I think if I'm Trevor Bonot, I'm not thinking that I'm really getting hammered here. I just feel like I've not been very far from being in this game, and it's 7-2. And
I was going to say, if you don't think that, you better give yourself a shake.
Yeah.
Get the curling lesson.
Yeah, really are.
And the curling lesson, it really is. I think when John's had the hammer, I mean, he is literally, making it, I would say, rather easy on himself, getting his multiple points. He said, 2 2-enders and a 3-ender with a hammer with 1 blank end. And, Trevor just hasn't been able to generate anything.
No, I mean, that end at one point looked like it could develop into something, and then one shot cleans out a whole lot of everything, and all of a sudden it's trouble. And at the end of the game, at the end of that end, you had 2 very nice shots. Trevor threw a very nice shot and left John not a super difficult little raise hit, but he just made it look way too easy. Like, just throw a nice control weight down there and hit it right on the nose, piece of cake for 2. So.
Yeah, and I was just watching a little bit of one of the Grand Slam draws there today, and I don't know who it was, whether it was Mike Harris or it was Kevin Martin, just said, when you don't miss, you you have no forgiveness. Like your opposition's not missing these, difficult runbacks, as we would call them, difficult.
Yeah.
They're routine shots in that league.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I know you're right. Yeah. The shots they call in that league sometimes just amaze me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John trying to choke off one of the corner guards.
Yeah, I didn't really do that, but tried. So, do you just call the straight draw, or do you call a little hit and roll here? Not sure which. Yeah, we'll know in a minute.
Yeah, I thought he called like a
little
down,
bump and roll
down,
or something. Yeah.
But looks like a straight draw around the open corner guard.
We really need to get this one buried.
Yeah. Looks pretty good.
Yeah, I think it's going to get over there, yeah.
But like there you go. You make a really good draw behind the corner guard and for fourth shot.
yeah.
John says, "Well, I better have a good look at that fourth shot. I'm going to feel the guard."
Yeah.
We're talking about Trevor's draw weight. I mean, I think that is ultimately his game. I really do. I think that he's. Anytime I've watched him play, that was the one thing that kind of stood out for me is he has uncanny, kind of draw weight.
Yeah.
In our other game, I was just got an update there, and Sandy McEwen's team has closed the gap to 1. They're down 5-4 against Team Adams Jr., and Brian Adams and his team continue to have hammers. So Sandy McEwen's team stole 1 there in the sixth end.
Need this rock to stop. And it will. Very nicely done.
I was going to say, where did that curl come from?
Well, I know. Both those rocks, actually, like the other corner guard's gone, but both of them buried perfectly behind the corner. So, let's turn the heaters on or something, get the ice going. But 2 very nice shots. So, Jake Horgan now will look to remove one of these blue stones. Got a few to pick from. Which is not something we've been able to say a lot. So that's good. The only problem for Trevor Bonot right now is there's 3 red ones that are right in the middle that are going to be going to require some work to get rid of. 4 red ones now. To bump that back. Trying to move a couple rocks back behind the tee line.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's sort of like, what should you play in these situations, Terry, really is more about, and we had this happen in the game I did earlier today in Nova Scotia here, it's just trying to find something that will just work for you when you're down by 4 or 5 points. Like, I don't know, throw the stats book or the whatever strategy book rather out the window here and just try to think, well, I don't know, let's try this.
Yeah, because whatever you've been doing isn't working.
yeah, exactly.
But this is a well thought out, Trevor asked him to bump it back, roll over on top of the redstone, and I mean that's about as good as you're going to get.
That was really nicely done, actually, and yeah, you're right. Like he got everything to about as good as he could get it, and made this shot at least a little bit difficult. If this one ever curls up a little too much, then could jam or go over on one of your own, and who knows? Third stone, Jake Horgan. Throwing some weight. Get it on the outside. He'll take one out, but that's fine. He's happy with that. And still sitting 3. Now playing the freeze. Mike McCarville with his final rock here in end number 7. Reminder, if you haven't figured it out, we are playing 10 ends here in this event. Most of the events we do through the year are 8 ends. These events that lead to nationals and then nationals lead to worlds are all 10 end games. Looking for a freeze here. You don't want it to overcurl, which sort of trying to find a way to do somehow. I think they got caught there a little bit. I mean, well, it was a little bit heavy too, but it definitely moved a little bit more maybe than they were thinking. Because if, even that weight, if you could keep that on the inside of the red rock a little bit, might not be too bad. So blue sitting number 4 and number 5. Unfortunately, there's 3 red ones, a lot closer. We were playing our game last night at home. We got counting up the rocks. At one point, we had 6 rocks in the house with 2 to come. And he had only 2 in the house. But the problem was we were number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He was 1 and 2. And we couldn't get those out.
I hate when that happens.
Yeah, I know. And he even played a draw in his next shot, so we had a chance to sit 7 if we could have figured out how. Yeah. So what are you doing here, Terry? What's this shot? I think I have an idea in my mind. What are you liking?
Yeah, I like the pocket there.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's going to have to be after it's the perfect freeze, and it's going to have to be second shot. And John May discarded. I don't know,
I think I don't know. Probably got to take a chance. Problem is, you're trying to figure out how do you bring the third one into play too, because really, 2's okay, it keeps you playing, but 3 gives you actually a shot.
Well, I mean, that's why I thought that, John may not elect to try and remove it and may guard it just because, he doesn't want to bring 3 into play.
Yeah, for sure. What I figured out here from body language is that, Trevor Bonot certainly hasn't looked disgusted, but there's been so often when they're trying to figure out these situations and, you got arms kind of going like, well, I don't know what, that sort of signal you do with the arms, like, I don't know. It's sort of like, yeah. So I've seen a lot of those last few ends. I can't fault him for that, but not doing any nasty way. I don't mean that at all. Just sort of like a hopeless kind of feeling sometimes.
Yeah.
So got the little freeze coming here to the pocket between the reds and get it in the right spot. Like you said, Terry, the problem is that if you make it too good, John just might say, well, I can't get it out, so we'll just go ahead and guard. You figure out how to get all these rocks out.
Yeah, I just want to be second shot, that's all. This is good. This is great. Perfect.
Yeah. Good shot. I think you got to hit the nail on the head, though. I think he's drawing here. I don't think he's hitting anything. If he is, I don't know what it's going to be.
Exactly.
A lot of conversation going on here. Wouldn't think 7-2 lead, you'd need to have everybody in on this conversation, but this is the first time probably where there's been enough rocks in play to to have these types of chats. So, do you think he's blasting?
Well, looks like that's kind of the call. I mean, I'm just surprised because I think that's the only way that Trevor has a chance at 3. But
yeah, I agree.
mean,
yeah,
he may feel that it just goes right through there.
Well, I think he'll hit. I think both the reds are going to move. If he hit it perfect, I think it does find its way through. But a little bit left or right, it may not be so much. Of course, John's throwing the weight at it, so it's not like it's going to be affected greatly by where he hits here. So we'll see where it goes.
Oh yeah, it went easy.
Well, yeah, and he might even have stayed. Well, it looks like he the blue might be number 3. Not sure. There we go. A good luck at it. Yeah, it looks like it's number 3.
Yeah, I think it is.
So if we can find a way to get these 2 out and save the shooter,
pretty thin double.
It is. I think it's going to have to be a softer weight double somehow, and just maybe not even get them both out of the house, but at least get them both out of the 8-foot. Anyway, it's going to be tough.
Oh, yeah, it is. I think the only shot he's got is that thin double.
Thin double?
Yeah. And you never know. I mean, if you get to the overhead, if the overhead can come back, like it might be a little bit of, I call it around the horn, but I think what I mean. I don't know.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. But I do agree with you. Actually, I think that's the only way to get this. I think the other double doesn't work.
No.
Well, he's gonna hit it though. He's got to get it. He did.
There you go. I just called it. Hey.
Wow, that is a great curling shot by Trevor Bonot. Yeah.
Yeah, great shot.
Yeah. Only in the minds of Terry Corbin would he ever have seen that shot. Anyway, it's a terrific shot, and Trevor now crawls to within 7-4. We'll be back right after the break.
Developed over a decade in collaboration with the finest ice makers this side of the Atlantic, the Pebblehead PB5 is nothing short of a triumph of sophistication and craftsmanship. Weighing less than half its lumbering copper predecessors, yet boasting tenfold their durability, the PB5 delivers perfect, consistent ice, time after time. The PB5 by Pebbleheads.com, the apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game of...
So we might have seen one of the best shots we're going to see all year in that last end, Terry, when Trevor Bonot made the tick around the horn shot to score 2. That was a terrific curling shot.
I'll let you try and explain that one.
Yeah.
But well, yeah, no, he had to hit it like paper thin. It was a steep double. Just caught a whisker of it. Went over the top of the second shooter, and then you had the catcher that was, as I call it, around the horn to sit for 2. That was, kind of well thought out and well thrown, and it results in the first 2 of the game for Team Bonot.
Yeah, it was basically the thinner version of the typical around the horn shot, just done slightly differently. But and actually, ironically, the third rock of John's that was in the house was the catcher.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he only gets 1 after that. It was a shame.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, a great shot. We don't have the replay for you. We got a little issue with the replay machines just not working the way we think it should. So we won't be able to see you. So yeah, hopefully you saw it the first time and just can remember it because it was a good one.
Yeah, and if you haven't, jump over to YouTube and catch it there.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, you can go watch it over. Yep. Never even thought of that. Should have thought of that. That's where we make a living on YouTube stuff. But anyway.
Okay, that's why I'm here.
Yeah, and anytime you are on our channel, we certainly like the likes and subscribes on the channel is great for us and great for you, and just plays a part in making us be able to bring you as much curling as we do from across the country. So, Terry, I wouldn't say the Bono's right back in it, but at least he's in it, and
well, yes,
3 hands to go, down 3 points without hammers. Certainly not ideal. But it's possible, which is nice because it didn't seem like it was going to be. And they're going to have to play super good, though. They got to really turn it up a notch and make everything for these next 3 hands because Epping's team's not going away. And really, if they score again, they pretty much put the game on ice. So
I think it's handshakes. I mean,
yeah.
The one thing that I'll say about Team Bonot, and if you've been kind of watching along with us, I mean, in a single game, winner take all, you cannot discard Team Bonot.
No.
Because Trevor's got all the shots.
Yep, agreed. And even to see them, like I say, I mean, I'm sure most of the curlers at this level might have seen that possibility of that shot, but lots wouldn't too. So, or wouldn't think they could possibly make it, so they wouldn't throw it, one of the two.
Right. I mean, yeah, because a lot of times people just go down and say, just put the broom down, we'll draw for one. Well,
yeah. Yeah. So still live.
So my question here would be, when do we think about going around everything to the back four?
Yeah, probably I would give this, how far are we?
We're in the second last rock.
I think I wouldn't go there until I got to third stones. That would be my thought. I don't have any great reason for that. That's just when I would figure, like, okay, I got to give up on this stuff at the top here. Or I could go right now, maybe.
I think that's a good shot.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you have you can still play, the blue on the reds, and
yeah. The only problem is here the blue might all be gone after this shot, so I'm gonna hit this, run it back into the other blue, I think. And depending on where everything drags to back there, they could be all gone, but or you could just get the single, which was
and that's what he called.
That's what he called. Okay,
yeah.
Probably a smarter shot. So Trevor now will throw another guard up. So same question now, though, Terry, is like with that run at the back, does that change when you might make a move here?
Well, now I think, the guard is, I just think the guard's easier to replace, than leaving it too long and not making that shot around everything.
And I have no idea if that last shot was what they were playing or not. Or if
I have no idea really either.
I didn't get a sense it was, but they certainly figured it out once it got close to the house that, okay, well, if nothing else, let's go around this stuff. So the guard's up.
Good separation there.
Yeah, it's a much better spot, really. Right up between the Montanas, who on Wednesdays have all-you-can-eat ribs, by the way, for anybody that doesn't know that. And Montana's ribs, in my opinion, are the best ribs there are. Like, I just haven't tasted anything better.
They're beef ribs too, I believe, are they not? Because I don't know. Yeah. I've been there so many times for the ribs, so it's one of my favorite spots to go, and I love the cornbread, so.
That's good too. Yeah.
Can you sneak me a second loaf?
Oh, you're so smooth. It's you know what? I don't have an answer to your question though. That's a good question. I never even thought of that, to be honest. I would have thought beef ribs, but lots of times they aren't. So I'm not sure. We'll have to find that out. We'll look that up.
Yeah. They may have both beef and pork. I have no idea, but I do know the last time I was there specifically on a Wednesday night, I had beef ribs.
Did you?
Yep.
And you went on the all-you-can-eat night.
I did.
Jeez.
So.
What a guy. I don't know.
It's actually a waste of that extra whatever, $4 or $5, because after I finished one rack of ribs, it's like, yeah, I'm done. But I had said to her, I said, can you just give me like four ribs of this, because I was with somebody else who was gonna have ribs too, and so we just decided that we would try and split two racks and different sauces on them, and so that's what we did. And then as you get multiple servings, they do come in smaller, like fours.
Yeah.
So it was all good.
So just so you know, a little tidbit of information for everybody that's wondering out there: Montana's does serve both pork and beef ribs.
There you go.
But their famous all-you-can-eat ribs are pork back ribs, smoked in-house, etc., etc. And then they have the honkin' beef rib, whatever that means. Anyway, that's it on the Montanas. But we're just telling you they're good. If you haven't been, give it a try. So. And we probably should have been covering this a little bit better here, not talking about Montanas, but...
Why? We're just going guard, peel.
Yeah, true enough.
My mouth was
watering.
Much more watering talking about Montana ribs than it was drop, peel.
But having said that, what are we playing here? Because he's in an odd spot in the house. It's just...
Time to make a move on that blue, is it not?
Well, maybe, but let's see where we go here. Okay. So Reds, we'll have to wait till Matt shows us the overhead because I'm not sure who shot rock right now. There we are. So Red still shot. That was a pretty nice shot, though, Terry. I didn't know exactly what he was going to play there. I thought he might be playing the intern draw to his back one, but so you got the other team thinking a little bit anyway, which is good.
I think if you play the blue, any play on the blue, I mean, to get it to the red to go right back, you're going to have to hit that top blue one on, as we look at it, on the right-hand side, so that it drags into the, or when it makes contact with the blue, it's hitting. Sorry, I got my left and rights mixed.
Are you looking at the? Yeah, are you looking at the overhead or the?
Yeah. Well, I was looking at both, and that's where I go. Oh no, I'm now looking at the overhead. So, but I think they've elected to play just the draw.
Yeah, it looks like that. Yeah, just come around a little bit on the outturn side, and as long as you can tuck a little bit in there, you're probably going to be in pretty good shape. John Epping here. He has the 7-4 lead at the moment. With Hammer playing this end, he's got 2 rocks to come. The Trevor Bonot single. Sweeper's not doing too much here. Weight must be close.
Yeah, you would think so. I mean, yeah, they're sitting too. Good shot. Can Trevor get it? Yeah, can Trevor just get it a little?
I think he can. Yeah, I think he can. Yeah. Got to try anyway. I think I don't really see too much else. Throw the intern draw around, I guess, but that wouldn't really help you. You can just slash the out red into it.
I was just trying to think. So you knows it, and now John can't know. Can John knows it and get 2? I'm not sure. I didn't get a real good look at it. Okay, there we go. So
no, I don't think he could. If you knows, I don't think he can knows.
Yeah, that's right.
And but he will have to play it because it's going to be shot rock. If you knows, because you'll have a piece of the 4-foot.
Yeah. Just got a curl. It's got a curl. Got a curl. Got a curl. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, something to think about for John Epping too, because it's fine to just say, well, shot rock, we just hit it. But if you ever hit it on a little bit on the outside, you're going to give up a point.
Yeah, so I mean, Trevor did his job. I mean, he's actually, by the looks of it, I think, without getting too convoluted, has forced John into taking 1.
Yeah. So as you get ready to throw this, I'll remind everybody too that, as we said, we are here for the rest of the weekend to cover the coverage here in North Bay on the men's and women's side. And tomorrow, this is our final draw for this evening. And tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, we will be back for the women's, one of the women's round robin games, which is Scharf versus Burns.
Yeah.
10 a.m. I think we're back for that one.
Yeah, then we're back at 7:30 at night.
Tomorrow night?
For another Scarf game and Scarf versus Despins.
So here's John Epping's shot. Looking to get to the nose of this, and he will. And I'm thinking he's going to get 1 out of this. Looks like 1 red. They'll look at the other ones, but I don't know. Could be 2, but I think it's only 1. We'll hang on for a second to see what they do here.
Yeah, they're having a good long look
It's probably
at
a
it.
big point. You probably want to measure this if it's close, but they apparently don't think it is close. And that will be it, actually. They must have figured they give up a deuce there, actually. So yeah. So well-played game by the Epping squad. Show them why they're sitting here 3-0 and now have a spot in the final here, the Northern Ontario men's provincials. Terry pretty much controlled the game. I think the Epping squad. Yeah.
Very, very machine-like. You don't want to talk about it being robotic, but I mean, they were the better team. They executed. I love, if you're Team Bonot going into tomorrow, going, hey, Skipper's got draw weight, but Skipper's made a hell of a shot for a deuce there. I mean, 1-game showdowns. I mean, we're the team. That's got to be the mindset.
Yeah, for sure. So that concludes our coverage for today here in North Bay. On behalf of myself, Jim Nix, Terry Corbin on the other mic, for Matt Hone doing our production, and for Kaylee handling all the camera work today. Thank you very much for joining us. And we will see you again tomorrow here in North Bay on Curling Stadium, North Bay.
Come on into Montana's, where there is a deal every day. Why not try half-price wings Mondays, $5 tacos Tuesdays, all-you-can-eat ribs Wednesdays, $25.99 platters Thursdays, and drink deals every day. Only at Montana's, Canada's home for barbecue.